Live. Right. Good afternoon, one and all. Today we will be discussing our next lab experiment, Python and DB connection. Means from Python program, how can we connect to a database, right? So today's task is how do I connect? How do I connect? How to connect to a database from Python program, right? So this is the agenda, my dear friends. So before explaining you the procedure, let me show the database which is installed in my machine, right? So this is Oracle command line. I have installed Oracle, right? So let me connect it to the Oracle. Observe this procedure carefully. Connect. Username is Prashant. Password is so and so. So I entered username and password. Let me connect to my database. Connected. Right? I hope you can see the message connected. Now I would like to see how many tables are there in the database. I hope you are aware of some SQL commands because you have studied DBMS course in second year. So if I want to see all tables, then I will type a command select star from tab. So it will show me the list of tables available. There are 4 tables available. One is test master, another one is patients, another one is users, and the fourth one is invoice. So select star from users, right? I have selected the data from users table. This users table has 2 columns, username and password, and values are admin is the username, RFID underscore 123 is the password. So there is only one record in this table, my dear friends. Select star from users. There is only one record, and the username is admin, password is displayed here, right? So I just wanted to show you which table I would like to access, and from Python program, how can I fetch this data, right? If you want to see another table data also, first of all, let us see in the database, select star from invoice, right? It is little big table, right? Describe invoice. In the invoice table, I have these many columns, my dear friends. Invoice ID, test for date of invoice, name, age, gender, right? Accordingly, I have some records also. So this is my database. This is the database which I am using, right? So now let me tell you few important things. Everyone should listen this. Step 1, I'm not using Google Colab. This is the first point you should remember. I'm not using Google Colab, right? Because in last experiment we have seen, without installing Python software or without installing any Anaconda software, without installing any kind of software, you can write your Python programs in a free Google Cloud platform which is available for Python programming, and that platform is Google Colab, right? So if you have a Gmail account, straight away you can use Google Colab and you can start typing your Python programs. We have implemented our gradient descent algorithm also using Google Colab only. Now in this particular example, I'm not using Google Colab, right? The reason is, when I run my program in Google Colab, what will happen is it will try to execute, right? It will try to execute my program on the Google Cloud platform. Now, if I wanted to connect it to the database, then my database should also be made available in the cloud platform. Got the point? That's the reason, since I don't want to put my entire database into the cloud platform, what I am doing is I am trying to run my Python program locally in my computer. So what I have done is, in my machine, in my computer, I have installed Oracle 10G database software. Oracle 10G I have installed in my computer. Then to run Python locally, I have installed Anaconda software. Right? Friends, in your computer also you can install Anaconda software. It is very simple. Simply go to Google and type install Anaconda for Python. That's all. Install Anaconda. It will download your executable file. Just click on it. It will install the entire Python software for you. So I have to run Python locally. I have installed Anaconda software. Right? I have installed Anaconda software. So friends, till this point, are you with me? Till this point, are you with me? You are following things? Please let me know. Till this point, things are clear? Yeah, that's great. So friends, this why I am writing all these step-by-step procedures is you are supposed to do this in your computer, and then you have to submit the same to me, right? So as part of your lab experiment. To run Python locally, I have installed Anaconda software. After that, now please note, this is an important point, right? Connect database, to connect to Oracle database from Python, it is important, what to say, it is compulsory that your computer, compulsory that it is compulsory that you should, it is compulsory that you should have Oracle client libraries, in brackets 64. Right? Actually, when you install Oracle software in your computer, you will not get this Oracle client libraries, right? 64-bit. Why I'm mentioning 64-bit means almost all computers which are being used today, they are all 64-bit machines, right? So if this Oracle client libraries are not available, then you will get a compilation error, right? So what you have to do is, already you might have installed Oracle in your machine, right? We assume that there is an Oracle software running in your machine, but these client libraries you should install separately. So what you will do is, you will download these client libraries. I'll just show you. Yeah, Insta client. This is called as Insta client, my dear friends. Instance Oracle Instant Client Library. Its name is Oracle Instant Client Libraries, 64-bit. So what you have to do is, if you install Oracle, that is not enough. Oracle Instant Client Libraries you will not get from normal default Oracle installation. So Oracle anyhow you will install, but apart from that, you have to download this Oracle Instant Client libraries. You will generally get this one as a zip file. It will be a compressed zip file. You have to extract it. When you extract it, you will get a folder like this, which I have extracted on my desktop. This is the folder I got. So when I open this folder, I'll find a lot of files here, right? So what you have to do is you have to copy all these files and you have to paste them. You have to paste them in Python directory. In the Python folder, after installation, you will get a Python folder. After installing Anaconda, you will get a Python folder, installation directory. In that, you have to copy these Insta client libraries. So if this fourth step is not performed, you will get a compilation error. You will get a compilation error. Right, friends? So this is step 4. So step 4 means we assume that step 2, 3 are done. So step 1 is not a point. Step 1 is not. It is not a statement. It is just a statement to say that I am not using Google Colab. So this is my first point. Second point. Third. Now type the DB connection program and save it with .py extension. .py extension. So friends, the way you store a C program with .c extension, the way you store a Java program with .java extension, you store a Python program with .py extension, right? So type the DB connection program and save it. Now execute the program .py file from Anaconda prompt. Execute the .py file from Anaconda prompt. So friends, when you look at these steps, they look to be very simple and very limited number of steps. But when you try to implement them, obviously it will take some good amount of time, and you should do this with a lot of patience, right? You may get some installation issues, you may get some compilation errors, but if you follow the procedure carefully, definitely you can do it, right? Anyhow, the recording is available any number of times. You can revisit and you can cross check it, right? So now what I do is Oracle I have installed, table I have created, I have shown you some sample data also. Python software is already there in my computer. So my step 1, 2 are done. I have shown you these Oracle Insta client libraries which are there on my desktop. I copied them into Python folder, right? So these 3 steps I have already done because I need to show you the program today. So now let me show you the program, right? Let me show you the program. Open. DB Connect. So friends, observe this program carefully. Please observe this program. I'll further try to increase the font. Right, line number 1. Just like in Java, the way you import some packages, in Python also, if you want to import something, import some Python libraries, you have a keyword called as import. And especially when you are trying to connect to Oracle database from Python program, you have to import its suitable library. called as CX underscore Oracle, and O is capital here, CX underscore Oracle, right? Why I am importing CX underscore Oracle means there are some objects which are useful for database interaction, and these objects are present in CX underscore Oracle package, right? If you try to recollect, you used to write programs like uh, scanner SC is equal to read some input from the keyboard. In Java program, you might have used a scanner object, right? Right? Am I correct? You might have used a scanner object to read a scanner SC is equal to java.util.new scanner, then SC dot next int, SC dot next string, like that. You used the scanner object to read inputs from the keyboard in your Java lab last year, right? So if you wanted to use a scanner object, what you have done, you have imported which package? Java.util package. Similarly, if you use classes like buffered reader, input stream reader, then java.io package you have imported, right, friends? So similarly in Python also you can import Python libraries. Instead of using the word packages which we use in Java, in Python we use the word Python libraries, right? So remember, if you want to connect to Oracle database from Python program, then definitely you should include or you should import CX underscore Oracle. O is capital, CX underscore Oracle Python library. So I have imported it, right? Now the next line, connection is equal to CX underscore Oracle. See here, CX underscore Oracle dot connect. So this is the function which I want. Connect is a function which I wanted to use, but where is connect function? It is inside CX underscore Oracle library. Connect is a function which is available inside CX underscore Oracle library. That's the reason I have imported. Otherwise, it's not needed. That's the reason I have imported CX underscore Oracle dot connect. So connect is a function. So friends, this function will take three important parameters as input. It will take three important parameters as input. See here, CX underscore Oracle dot connect. In the brackets, I need to supply those three important inputs. What are those three important inputs? Those three important inputs are username, password, and DSN. DSN stands for data source name. Data source name, right? So user means my database user. I have shown you while collecting itself. While connecting to this database, I have shown you, right, the username and password which I have given. So here, user is equal to Prashant. Prashant is the name of the database user account, and password is so and so. If you remember, same thing I have typed while connecting to my Oracle database. So username and password is your database username and password you are supposed to give as parameters. Then data source name, DSN. In DSN, you have to tell the IP address of the computer where your database is located. So I am typing my Python program in the same computer, and my database is also available in the same computer. So this Python program has to tell where the database is located. Database is located in the same computer. Same computer means IP address will be localhost. So localhost means same computer only. /xe. This xe is the name of the database, right? Friends, xe is the name of the database. Please don't get confused. Please don't get confused. Don't think that, sir, our database is Oracle. No, then what is XE? Right? So when we install Oracle software, not only Oracle, when you install any other database product like MySQL, Oracle, or maybe any other database, right? So when we install database, so what we are doing is this is a database. Suppose this is my Oracle database software, my dear friends. In this database software, I will have, so Oracle is my DB server. You can say Oracle is my database server, DB server. Oracle is my DB server. Now under this Oracle DB server, XE is one database. I can have another database also. As long as I don't have any issues with storage and space, I can create any number of databases. So XE is the default database, my dear friends. Right? XE actually stands for Express Edition. Express Edition. So in XE database, I have created, again I can have any number of users, right? So I have created a user. I have created a user. Right? I have created a user. Right? I have created a user called as Prashant. So Prashant is the name of the user account. So under this Prashant, there are tables now. So we have a table called as users. We have a table called as invoice. 4 tables were there if you try to recollect. Invoice, test master, right? Like that, there were 4 tables. So you have a database server, the outermost layer. Under database server, I can install any number of databases, and XE is the default database. Under XE database, I can create any number of users. Prashant is my user. So under Prashant, there are tables, right? So I hope this is clear to you. Fine. So these 3 parameters are very, very important. User is equal to name, username, password is equal to password. DSN stands for data source name, in which you have to tell the IP address of the machine where your database is running. If your database is running in some other computer also, this program will work. Instead of localhost, you should give the IP address of the database. /XE. XE is the name of the database. So I hope now you understood what is a DB server. In that you have multiple databases. In that again you can have multiple users. Under each user you can have any number of tables. So these 3 parameters you should give properly, otherwise you will not get the connection object. Right? So friends, this is my connection code. So I'm writing it back. Now coming to third line, to get confirmation that the above 2 lines executed successfully, only to get the confirmation that above 2 lines executed successfully, I have printed a statement connected to DB. If I am able to see this output, it means that line number 3 is executed, means line number 1 and 2 got executed successfully. There are no errors. Right? Now, this connect function will return a connection object to me, and see here in 4th line, connection dot cursor. Cursor is one function. It will help us in creating a statement object which will help us in writing Oracle statements. or SQL statements. So connection.cursor returns me a cursor object. So I have written CUR. You can write any variable name. CUR means just as a representation for cursor. I have written CUR. There you can write any other variable name. You can write XY also. Right? XYZ, ABC, anything is fine. So now once the cursor object is ready, you can now execute SQL statements. Cursor.execute in brackets, write your SQL statement. So I have written select star from users. Users is a table in which there is only one record, username and password. Two columns are there and only one record is there, admin and its password, right? So when I execute this statement, I'll get the results by using a function called as cursor.fetchAll. Fetch means get back. So fetch all. This one returns me the result and I collect the result in a variable called as result variable or res variable. Now I am running a for loop for row in res. For row in res, row is not a variable. Row is a special variable which represents a row inside this result. So for every row I am running a loop. For row in result, print the row. If there are 20 rows, this loop will run 20 times. If there are 100 rows, this loop will run 100 times. If there are only one row, loop will run only once. So this program I should save in any place, in any one of the drive. I have saved it with the name dbconnect.py. Now I have this Anaconda prompt. I have this Anaconda prompt. Is Anaconda prompt visible to you? Please let me know. Is Anaconda prompt visible to you, or shall I increase the font? Is Anaconda prompt visible? Or else I'll increase the font. Yeah, it is visible. That's great. Yeah, thank you. So here what I will do is I'll run the program. To run a Python program, the command is Python, then name of the file. Where is the file? My Python's installation was done in C drive by default, but my program is in E drive. So I should give the path like this: E:\/ dbconnect.py. Press enter. See the message connected to DB and the values. See, it is printing the values also. Username is admin, password is RFID_123. Right? Since in users table we have only one record, it is, since there is only one record, it is printing only one record out there, right? To cross check our result, you can come back to this table, right? Clear screen. Already we have seen the result, right? Select star from users. See here, username, password are the columns, admin and RFID are the values, right? If you change the table name, we have another table called as invoice, right? Invoice. Save. Whenever you make some changes in the program, save it. Now let me run this again. See here, invoice is the table, connected to DB is the message, then invoice is the table. Its values are invoice number 3, self, some date, some name, some age, gender, and some it's a diagnostic related invoice, my dear friends. So test name, test type, some blah 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 information is there, right? So there are around 1 2 3 4 5 records, 4 records are there. 3 5 7 9, 4 records are there, and those 4 records are shown here, right? To cross check, if you want, you can go back to invoice table, select star from, let me write, describe invoice, right? So there are these many columns. Just pick, let me pick only one column. Select invoice ID, comma name from invoice. See here, 3579. There are 4 records. Names are Raj, Kiran, Ram Mohan. Let me go back to Python program. See here, 3 name is Raj, 5 name is Kiran, 7 name is Kiran again, 9 name is Ram Mohan. All 4 records I got. Since there are a lot of columns in that invoice table, there are around 13 columns or 16 columns, right? All those columns values are printed, and if at all those columns are empty, null value will be displayed. So friends, if you have noticed, successfully this small Python program is able to connect to our Oracle database, and it is able to print the records from a given database table, right? So I want each and every one of you to install Oracle database in your computer. You can download the software free of cost from Google, right? I have used here Oracle 10G, so I suggest you to use Oracle 10G only, right? If possible, I will try to share this Oracle 10G software also. I don't know whether I can upload it in Google Drive or not. If possible, I'll share that Oracle 10G, and this piece of code will also be shared in our group, right? So this is how you create a Python program to connect to the database. And now we have connected and we have cross-checked in the database also. We have gone and we have seen, right? So this is how you connect to a database from Python program. Now if you have any doubts, please let me know. Will fetch all fetch tables, sir? Fetch all is just a function, 572. Fetch all is just a function, and it will fetch all rows. If there are 10,000 rows also, all 10,000 rows will come, right? And one more thing, here if you observe, can we take all invoice? Yeah, all select. When I say select star, see here, when I say select star from invoice, here star means all columns. Invoice is the table. So how many columns we have? We have, see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 are the test types only. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plus 10, 17. Payment mode is 18. Mobile is 19. There are 19 columns, my dear friends. If you want all 19 columns data, you can fetch by using this star symbol. If you say, no, sir, I don't want all columns, I want only a particular column, then you should write the column name, invoice ID, comma name, right? So all rows it will get, but columns only 2, which I have mentioned. Number of columns I have mentioned only 2, so it will fetch only 2 columns data. See here, invoice ID 3, name is Raj, invoice ID 579, and names. But all rows I will get. If at all you have some condition on the rows, then you know you have studied DBMS. You will write where condition. Where name is equal to Raj, like this. This kind of where class you have to specify if you don't want all records. See, it is not giving me any record even though there is a name by Raj, because in the database it is capital letters. Here I have given small letters, so it will never match. See here, now I got it. So how many columns you want, that depends on your column names which you have mentioned here. If you don't mention column names, simply write star, it means all columns. If you want all rows, don't write where condition. If you want some specific rows, then write where condition. That's all, very simple. Sir, for any problem such as array or database, we have to use import if. Yeah. For every external interaction. See, database is totally a different product. Python is a programming language. Python is a compiler. Database is totally a different product. So without any interfacing, it will be difficult for you to connect to Oracle from Python. So whether it is Oracle, MySQL or any database, you have to import the respective libraries, then only you can access or then only you can connect. Sir, what to type in Google to install Oracle libraries? Yeah, you should type Oracle instant library 64-bit. Oracle instant library 64-bit. That is what you are supposed to type. Before that, you should install Oracle. Before that, you should install Oracle. Oracle 10G software, I'll try to share it in the drive. Right? Any more doubts? No, Oracle will be installed by default in C drive. Instant libraries we will not install. Oracle Insta library we will not install. We will just extract them. We will copy those files in Python folder. See, there are two things which we are going, sir. We have MySQL not required. It's up to you. You want to do it with MySQL or Oracle? It's up to you. Any one database, MySQL or Oracle, it is up to you. Better prefer Oracle, right? Better prefer Oracle. So there are two things which you are going to install. One is Oracle, another one is Python. Both by default will be installed in C drive only. And Oracle instant library, you are not going to install it. You are going to download that zip file, extract them, copy all those content into Python directory. Otherwise, compilation error will come. Yeah, this SQL command prompt which I am using, this is Oracle only, sir. This is Oracle's command prompt only. See here in my all programs, I'll show you. See here, can you see on my screen Oracle Database 10G Express Edition? So SQL command line you get for every database, whether it is Oracle or MySQL. So Oracle, see here, my mouse pointer, Oracle Database 10G Express Edition. And this is the command line. So whatever command line you are seeing here, Oracle command line, it is SQL command line of Oracle database. Like that, for every database you will get a command line. NumPy is a library, right? Just like to connect to Oracle, we need some special functions which are available in CX_Oracle. Similarly, especially when we are dealing with some math related functions, right? We need a NumPy. So there are certain mathematical related operations. Suppose you want to find square root, suppose you want to find standard deviation, right? You wanted to find mean, median, variance, mode, these kind of functions. Most of the time we apply these mathematical functions in some machine learning algorithms. So NumPy will help us in doing those numerical calculations. So what is NumPy means? Again, it is a Python library. It contains some functions, useful functions, especially to perform certain mathematical calculations. Right? Any more doubts? Yeah. So it will take some time. It will not come in a single shot. You have to try, you have to spend some time. But these are all very, very important, friends. Down the line, most of you will be working in Python only, because down the line you will get jobs in artificial intelligence, machine learning based projects are mostly in those projects only. So Python anyhow you are supposed to learn, and Python dealing with Python libraries will be very, very important. So as part of this experiment, we have used a couple of libraries, and definitely you will come to know how to use Python libraries. So please complete this experiment. Maybe it will take some time, no issues, but please try. Maybe in the very first attempt you may not get it, because installations is not a common thing which you do every day. Generally students do not have this habit, but it is very important that whenever you learn anything, any software, you should also know about installation of that particular software. So in this experiment, I hope you will try to install Oracle as well as Anaconda and perform this experiment without any fail, right? So thank you, friends. Thank you, one and all.